For those of you out there that have all the answers, you're super satisfied with where you're at in life, or you just like to take a back seat in the back of the room, then this video is not for you. But for the 99% of the rest of us out there who are hungry, who are desperate, who are frustrated with our current situation, and we want to do anything and everything we can to succeed in this life, not only for us, but for the future generations, our children, our grandchildren, etc., then this video is for you, and you need to listen very carefully. What I'm going to share with you is probably the most important principles that I've learned in my entire life. It really comes down to we are what we feed. And what we do on a daily basis, what we subscribe to, what we listen to, what we watch, what we eat, what we drink, everything that we consume, everything that we feed on, that creates the sum total of who we are today. Our mind is really the most important muscle to build in our entire body. It's the most underrated muscle, if you will. I don't even know if it's a muscle, but I'm going to call it a muscle. It's the most underrated muscle to develop in our entire body. The mind controls everything that our body does. And that is why I've made a point of it to cut out the news. I don't need to listen to the news. I can hear it from other people. I can dabble in it here and there, but I don't watch it on a daily basis. Why? Because to me, it's all negative. The state of our country where we're at, it's like two people, it's like a married couple that's fighting. You have the Republican side, the Democratic side, you have the right, the left. I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. All it is a married couple. We're like a bunch of kids watching a married couple just fight every day about who's right. There's never going to be a solution. We're never going to have the perfect president. The only thing that's going to make this country better is each person making a better individual commitment to change and to bring more value within themselves, to build our own minds up and to implement those things in our lives that make more positive choices and a more positive impact on life. If we look at the different things that we feed on a daily basis, you know, we have to implement better practices. I think it was Henry Ford that said, if you chop your own wood, it'll warm you twice. The meaning behind that is, yeah, you can go buy firewood, right, to warm your house. But if you're out there chopping the firewood and then you go to warm your house with a fire, it warms you twice. I was gripped by this idea that if I make my own meals, if I take the time, and I know it's laborious, and Americans say, I don't have time to cook my own meals. Well, you have time to watch 3 hours of your TV show every day. If you cook your own meals, I'm fascinated by this thing. If I cook my own meals, I am expelling energy in the time it takes to make that meal. I'm burning calories. I'm eating something healthier because I know what I am putting in my stomach, the exact ingredients, and then I got to do dishes afterwards. So it's a time where I get to burn calories, I get to eat healthier, I'm more active, instead of just going and buying fast food. If you think about it, fast food is what's destroying our environment, because you get this giant package, all the fast food is packaged, you eat it really quick and you throw all that stuff in the trash. The only thing that I have left over when I'm done eating is dishes, which makes me have to burn calories. So it's that principle that we've got to implement in our life. We've got to stop conforming to how the rest of the world's doing it. If you want lasting change in your life, you got to do it different. That's why when I run every morning, I don't listen to music. Music is meaningless to me. I love music, don't get me wrong. When I'm having a good time and partying and hanging out with friends, I listen to music. But on my own time, when I'm running, when I'm in the car, traveling long hours, I'm listening to things. I'm listening to great people talk about how to succeed in life. No, it's not a name it and claim it. It's not a new agey type thing. It's not an inspirational, motivational type, rah, sis, boom, bah type thing. I'm listening to practical things that are gonna build up my life. I'm feeding on those people that have gone before me and been successful. The Bible talks about and this draws really close to home for me. The Bible talks about whatever we plant in the ground, whatever we farm, whatever we sow, we're going to later reap. Whatever we plant in the ground and water and nurture is later going to come to harvest. I'm very familiar with this because my immigrant grandparents and my dad, who came from Sicily, were farmers, and they were the best at what they did. They can grow like 5 foot tall squash. Everything that they grew was incredibly delicious, incredibly green. I don't know how they did it. They were magical about it. But the principle behind it is whatever you're planting on a daily basis, whatever you're putting into the ground, those seeds that you're planting are either seeds of nutrients or they're seeds of destruction in your life. So I want you to think about that. Take that principle home with you today and think about those very things on a daily basis that you're planting into the ground. What are those things that you're watering? What are those practices in your life, those daily things, those daily habits that you have that you're planting, that you're watering? What are they reaping? Because I'll tell you what, it's not about what you can do in one day. It's about what you can do in a decade. Those habits that you have, you can't look at it from a daily perspective. You have to look at what those daily habits, those positive daily habits that you implement in your life today, what they're gonna reap a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. That is the most important principle that I've learned. I'll leave you with this. You got 2 planes that you're gonna make a choice to get on. One of them has a pilot, it has a fee, it has a destination, it has a time when it's taken off, it has all those different elements. The other plane doesn't have any of that stuff. What plane are you gonna trust more? You're gonna trust the one that has all of it mapped out. And that's what you have to do for your own life. If you don't have your goals and your motivations and your daily disciplines and all those things in your life already, you need to do it today. Get off your ass and do it today. Because I'll tell you what, the plane that has no destination, has no pilot, has no route, it's going nowhere. You have no idea where that plane's gonna end up. And I'll tell you what, I don't feel confident getting on that plane. So for me, with my daily life, it's a pain in the ass, but I do it every day because I'm headed somewhere. I have a goal in mind. I have an end goal for me, for my family, for my children, my grandchildren, etc., etc. Have a great day.